You and your pussycat. No.
Hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody, and how are you doing on this dorkular Saturday, April Fool's Day, where the fools come out to play? And guess what? I got Flasher here with me.
Hello, everybody.
I'm just making sure that I got my volume up there so that they can hear you.
How's my volume doing, Mary?
There's your volume. I hear your volume.
I got your freaking volume dangling.
I got your volume right here.
So where are we and who are we?
We are the dorks at the Dork Table, and we're here on reallibertymedia.com channel 3 and also on the RLM Spreaker channel and rlmradio.xyz. So, hey, we're all over the place, actually. All over the place. So, I see that, hey, Wanna Taco changed to Wanna Dork.
Hey, Wanna.
Yay.
Yeah, I know. So did, B, and yeah, I was on the RLM watching that happen.
Ah, well,
B gets up real early to, listen to this crazy shit we do on Saturdays sometimes.
I know. Isn't she just a nut? I love her. I love her to pieces. And B is also over, and B and Bo Diddy both are over on Fakey Book right now. So wee-haw.
Hey, Bo Diddy.
Cool beans, cool beans. I didn't open up Freedom's Network because I'm having some internet issues, so I really don't want to open too many windows. So who all's over on the in Freedom's Network?
Hold on a minute. Just me and B right now.
Ah, okay.
It's a quiet time of day.
Ah.
The early morning Saturday.
It's a very quiet time of day. And you know what? This morning, one of my cousins became a grandma again. Woohoo!
Wow.
So, where is the hoe?
Oh. Okay.
Oh, Wanna Dork is wanting to know where the hoe is. Honey, it's out in the garden.
Yeah.
I was hoeing, and then ho. Okay. Yeah, and then the rain came in, and I went, fuck this shit. Oh, F-bomb right off the bat. There's Dork B.
You bad girl, you.
I know. I am such a bad girl. Naughty.
You can sit there in your pink flannel and swear right in front of me.
I know. I'm wearing my pink flannel house coat today over my jammies.
All right. Well, why don't you get your 20 minutes? You got 16 minutes to go.
Oh,
that's
16.
all we'll allow.
That's all I'm allowed? Son of a gun. I am so totally hosed then. Okay.
This is the rules.
Rules? We don't need no stinking rules. Okay. Over here in the RLM, because I don't need my Oh, wow. My cheaters are filthy. I don't need my cheaters because I can see the screen. It's just reading books that I have trouble with. Asmo, the missionary man, is right up top.
Asmo.
Ah, no. Asmodeus. Closely followed by Barman, who is always tweeting us, except for, I don't know, where are you at, Barman? Barman.
Beep, beep.
I know, he's being a slacker. I also see the lovely Beth Z is here, as well as Grimner. Grimmy! Moose Dorkular is in the house. Whee! I love it when she goes all dorkular. It's like, oh my God, look out. No Eeyore suit today, Moosey.
She's got to break out of her shell and be more assertive.
I know. She's just so timid. In what freaking universe?
No, not today.
I love her.
No Eeyore suit today.
Nope. Today it's
the 1st of April.
Today it's a pink flannel house coat with coffee cups all over it that says love and hot. I'm a hot loving mama. In a pink flannel house coat. Yeah,
yes,
right.
Folks, for $19.99, I'll give you a copy of the Skype tape.
Oh Lord. Whee! Okay, I do have my Tinkerbell jammy pants on though because they're really warm. So yeah, now you know how I'm dressed, and this is probably how I'm going to stay all day long because it's rainy and icky outside. Okay, I need to get back to saying hi, don't I? While you're Yeah, I see you puff passing over there.
And I'm getting there, and you're being there.
Well, I'm just there naturally, so what the hell?
Yeah. So cheap. It's so cheap to be like that.
It is. It really is.
Well, are you so short you get all the fuck up air before it evaporates or whatever into the atmosphere?
I'm at a level where, yeah, I get the intestinal kisses first. They creep along the floor and work their way up, and it's like, oh, thank you. It was my dog.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. I also see Kate is in the house. Kate, as well as Alias D or Alias, however you wish to say that. Beetle is here. And Beetle, were you asking about ladybugs this morning? Because ladybugs do not bite, but there is another bug that looks a lot like ladybugs that do bite. And let me tell you, they bite hard. But they're very similar to ladybugs.
Wow.
But they eat.
You learned that on the Dork Table, by God and country.
I know. Vital information here.
Where else are you going to hear weird shit like that? Wow. I don't know. I think I'm kind of laughing because you know that.
I found that out in the garden because I had a ladybug crawling across me, or I thought it was a ladybug, and then all of a sudden, little son of a bitch bit me, and it's like, you little son of a... And you know how you do that little plink thing? Well, I plinked that little bastard.
Yeah.
So,
but you ever notice that real truth and honesty is usually shit you wish never got told?
yeah, or shit that a lot of people just flat ass don't want to say because they don't want to look like a dork. And well, I don't care. I like being dorkular. Moosey is very good at being dorkular. Okay, I need to take a drink.
I am making dog farts with my hand.
I heard that. You know what my coffee cup says today?
It says, drink me.
It says, over the hill and picking up speed. Whee!
Yeah.
There you go.
You're like a boulder rolling down a hill. That sums your action up, Miss Mary.
Yeah. Those are Nancy boys, sock puppet. Okay. Okay, back to saying Chalcedony is here. Yeehaw! I also see the double dipping of Chloe going on in the house, as well as Dakota. Look, we got a double flasher going on too. Flasher! Ah! My eyes, both of them.
I'm on in the downstairs computer. I never shut it off. I don't know why.
You're. See, Moosey's not afraid to be a dork either. You need that. I think that's what the world needs. People need to learn to just embrace their inner dork. Sometimes you have to embrace it around the neck until it shuts the fuck up, but
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I also see I'm here. Yeah, I'm dropping F-bombs like crazy, but yes, Sock Puppet Moosey is the best with the F-bombs. She can drop them bad boys, and everybody's going, what the fuck? Is that Moose?
No, I understood exactly what she said when she said that.
Yeah, I did too.
I didn't think she was disguising anything. It was pretty blatant to me.
Well, it's like a lot of people go, well, how could she's a girl? And it's like, really? No. She's a moose dorkular is what she is, and don't make her drop F-bombs on you because it will hurt.
Really? Nah, I don't think so.
It will, because if you're right in front of her, she'll pile driver you too.
Yeah, but people that are lame enough in the belief department to disagree with her foundation, I don't think they'd even notice.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
They don't listen well enough to understand what fuck you really means.
Which I'm going to have to get to that here in just a little bit because I have a fuck you on my Facebook thing. But I'm letting the inner dork fly today, by golly, and the wings are in the shop, so she's got the broom out. Watch out. I also see IB Don C is here. And looky there, JJ's is logged in. Don't know if he's listening, but hey, JJ's. I also see P. Bunyan is in the house. Looky there, Barman finally put it up. Whee! Thank you, Barman.
Barman. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's true, Sock Puppet. She gets me saying fuck too, even if it's just walking around the house going fuck, 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 fuck. Ooh, wow, that was rapid fire.
You said it so much, though, that it stopped being insulting. It's more funny.
Well, it's supposed to be funny, because that way people, yeah. Because if you say
new every day,
if you say fuck you funny, then people think you're joking with them when really you're saying fuck you.
No, Mary, in my real physical life,
Uh-huh.
I don't think I've ever had to go out of my way to make clear I wasn't fucking around. People seem to always know when I'm being serious.
Oh yeah.
In person.
Yeah.
On the internet, maybe not so much, but in person, oh yeah, it's very clear.
Wow, mental pancakes really got mental pancake ziski. Wow, honey.
Oh.
I sprained my tongue saying that last little bit. Okay, where am I at? I'm lost. Okay, P. Bunyan. I see you, P. Bunyan, as well as Trust Number One or Trust No One.
Trust no one.
Yes.
I won't.
Okay.
I don't even trust me.
Phantom is in the house as well. As well as BTC Bob, and looky there, Dimma. It's the Dimma switch is in the house. Don't be Dimma my switch, dude. Dork B. Hey there, Dork B. From Down Under. As well as Java Doctor 2. And looky there, J Dread is in the house. Hey, Hansel, how you doing, hun? I really do cyber hug Hansel a lot.
Oh yeah, right around the neck area. with a really sharp object on a table next to you.
No.
Yeah.
No,
I
not
get
all.
all Hannibal Lecter when I think of hands.
Oh.
I like to serve him to my friends.
With a little Chianti and fava beans.
No, a lot of Chianti. It'll probably be the worst tasting fucking meal there ever was. Dude.
You guys are so funny to watch when you get your little banter going.
I know. Huh? He's funny. We're like the Abbott and Costello of the RL&M.
Yes, you are.
A lot of people didn't know that.
I know. You guys really are one hell of a comedy team. Okay.
Telling it.
I also see Jehovah One, as well as Juana Dork.
Juana!
Kozu has chimed back in, and looky there, there's Mental Pancakes again. Wow, that feels kind of cool on your teeth when you do that. Have you ever tried that?
No, don't start.
Don't get me started.
He did.
I know. Wow. This is what you pay for. Oh, that's right. It's free. Bot is in the house, as well as Nensan Dubois. Okay. Yeah, I needed to do that because of Mental Pancakes is thing.
Don't know.
North Force is here. And looky there, Pawn Sauce. Pawn Sauce.
That's a scary one, though.
That's when you need to go.
Yeah. No, that takes a lot of imagination to come up with a name like that, though.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I also...
To you, sir, or madam. State your designation and gender.
I don't want to know.
But is the Dork Table truly tolerant to people that don't qualify to one gender?
Hey, whatever floats their boat. Just don't be putting it in my face, because, it's like, really?
See, you always go there, dirty girl.
I do.
Just like a female to think of something and to go, but I don't want to do that. Why'd you bring it up?
I don't know. It streaked across my mind, and streaked as in ran naked across my mind, and I went, oh, look, a naked little thought.
The light is turning red. Stop the car.
Hi,
Just
Sock
for a
Puppet.
giggle.
How you doing, hon? I also see Stats Bob and Tip Bob are in the house. I got Bobs everywhere. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm happy there's Bobs. And to round out the crew, the one, the only, the Vil E _ Bada bing, bada boom, 16 minutes. I'm an overachiever.
Look at you.
I know. And I
Now
even went far afield on flights of Fanciful and everything.
Strange.
Yeah, I resemble that. And so
Now what do we do?
I don't know. Hey, you want me to tell everybody about what I read about, for planting gardens in the Anastasia book?
Oh, see, yeah, because I completely understand what you're about to tell. I agree with it. On top of it, so prepare to be completely dorked, people. This is, because with the modern day thinking I've got goes against it, but I also have a different kind of thinking I use in some areas, and it seemed to mesh really good with your story.
Yeah.
So I'm going to shoot one, mute one, and then toot one.
Oh. Oh, I laughed and my cat jumped. Okay, this is in chapter 11 of the Anastasia book that is book 1 of the Ringing Cedars series. And it's basically Russian folklore and Russian philosophy, old Russian philosophy, the old school stuff. So Anastasia is explaining to the author of these books how a seed can be a physician. And she says, every seed that you plant contains within itself an enormous amount of information about the universe. Nothing made by human hands can compare with this information, either in size or accuracy. Through the help of these data, the seeds knows the exact time down to the millisecond when it is to come alive, to grow, what juices it is to take from the earth, how to make use of the rays of the celestial bodies, the sun, the moon, the stars, and what it is to grow into, what fruit is to bring forth. These fruits are designed to sustain man's life. And earlier in the book, it explains in the translation the Russian terminology as compared to the English terminology. And man with a capital M means us, humans. Man with a capital M is godlike, basically, because we have the capability to be this way if we just let go of some of the bullshit baggage we've been taught and we're carrying around. So now that I gave you that little tidbit, let's see, where am I at? Yeah, they're designed to sustain man's life more powerfully and effectively than any manufactured drugs of the present or future. These fruits are capable of counteracting and withstanding any disease of the human body. But to this end, the seed must know about the human condition, so that during the maturation process, it can satiate its fruit with the right correlation of substances to heal a specific individual of all his diseases, if indeed he has it and is prone to it. So, in order for this to happen, in order for the seed of a cucumber, a tomato, or any other plant to grow in one's plot, to have this information, you must follow these steps. Before planting, put it into your mouth, 1 or 2 little seeds, and hold them in your mouth under your tongue for at least 9 minutes. Then place the seed between the palms of your hands and hold it there for about 30 seconds. During this time, it's important that you be standing barefoot on the spot of earth where you will later be planting it. Open your hands and carefully raise the seeds which you're holding, or that you were holding in your mouth, and then blow on it lightly, warming it with your breath. And the wee little seed will know everything that is within you. Then you need to hold it up with your hands for another 30 seconds, presenting the seed to the celestial bodies. The seed will determine the moment of its awakening. The planets will all help it, and they will give the sprouts light that they need to produce fruit, especially for you. After that, you may plant the seed in the ground. In no case should you water it right off, because you will wash away the saliva and the breath that it needed in order to get to know you personally and to know how it needs to grow in order to be the most beneficial for you personally. The planting must be done on days appropriate to each vegetable. And it's not a good idea to pull up all the weeds growing around in the vicinity. At least one of each kind should be left in place. They can be cut back later, but the weeds also give the seedling information about its environment, because plants do communicate with each other. Let's see. The weeds should not be disposed of completely. Or basically use them for mulch in your garden. That's what I do. And if you do wish to put them like in a compost pile or something, I have a big compost pile out and back. And I'm going to go out and when it stops raining, I'm going to go burn it down so I have all that wonderful potash to blend into my soil as well. Put all those nutrients back into it. But when you do this, one other thing that you need to do with the first watering and with subsequent waterings, she suggests you step into a pond or something like that, but out here where it's really, really dry, that's not possible. But what you can do, and what I will do with my garden, because I will be doing this year, is I have well water, so that's good. That's a wonderful thing about living out here in the country, is I have well water. I don't have any of the fluoridated or chlorinated or any of that nasty stuff in my water. And probably runoff from fields, but in any case, I will go out there by my plants, and you need to take water either in a bucket or or from the hose directly, and pour it over your feet as you're watering the plant. Oh, and I forgot the one step. You know, when you put the plant or put your seed in the ground, be sure to cover it up with your feet. You know, use your toes to push the dirt back over it, because that way it will also recognize all of the because out of the pores of your feet is where all of the toxins from your body will go. That's why a foot soak is so good for you. Soak your feet in baking soda and Epsom salt, and when you do that, that's actually very good to pour on your garden as well. But that pulls all of those toxins out of your system with that baking soda and Epsom salt. But when you go out and water your plants, every time you water it, make sure that you run that water down your legs and over your feet. Do this prior to washing. So before you take a shower or anything like that, you go out there right away, because that will feed that plant all of the whatever is going on in your system. And so that plant will know how it needs to grow in order to be most beneficial for you. You won't have to plant a lot of plants this way, especially if you're growing a garden just for yourself. So this year I'm just going to put out a couple of plants of each kind of thing that I usually do. But I really think it makes total sense to this old lady to, you know, let that plant know this is what you need from it in order for it to truly be beneficial for you personally. So that's pretty much, you know, I'm quite a bit farther in the book than that, but that was one of the things that I thought, wow, this is information that people can use right now. You know, and even if you have like a little window box garden or just a small garden in front of your house or whatever, even if you just put a couple of plants out like herbs or you just want to grow 1 or 2 tomato plants or some onions or whatever, make sure to let that plant, hold that plant, hold that seed, whatever it is that you're going to be planting, and let it get to know you, from what your oils from your body and whatever sweat or what have you. That way that plant will actually know who it is being grown for and how best to serve you in the nutrition way. So, okay, I'm done with my little Grammy guru thingy.
Are you sure?
Well, at least for now.
Oh, okay. No, I thought that was it's very personal, It's going to either hit you and you're going to go, wow, or you're going to hear it and think, what a bunch of nonsense. It's one of those things.
Yeah, it is. But with me, it was one of those wow moments. So.
Yeah, right. Well, okay, qualify what side you're on. Whoop, whoop. Let's get into the duality. Let's bring the duality to the Dork Table and start picking and choosing fucking sides so we can defend something, Miss Mary. What do you think? Want to do that?
I don't want to defend nothing.
Well, that's what picking sides is for. So you can defend your side.
Oh.
Otherwise, why would you fucking need a side to be on if it wasn't about defending something?
Oh, and see, picking sides, I was, okay.
You know whose side I'm on?
Yours?
Well, that's obvious, but I mean, outside of my own fucking side, I allow the world to have a side. But it sent all these emissaries of doom and darkness out to fuck my day up sometimes. Anyway, so I found somebody that I could say trust on that level.
Ah. Oh, and I'm finally, after reading all of my Anastasia stuff.
Oh, you found more?
Sock puppet. Well, he asked me, did I validate the plant that he had mentioned the other day, which I have been doing some reading on it. I don't have any that have come up in my yard yet. I think I may have some in what I call the North 40. So I really don't want to put out there, someone else's stuff because I'm not real sure.
It works.
Yeah. So
it's more okay. Well, what I took it as, not so much advice, but something to ponder.
Yeah.
And all right. Well, see, the world that we live in physically is so much bigger than the mental world of micro bullshit. That I don't think your average person can actually listen to what you said without getting personally lost in it all because it's so overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's very simple, but it sounds really complicated because you're not taught what level of reality to look at it at. It's not metaphor. These things are fucking steps to perform a thing, but on a microscopic level, the cells have to communicate with each other. That's what they do. Well, we don't really all know how that works, but we know it does. It's like a TV set. You don't have to know how the TV set is put together. You just need to know how to turn it on and off.
Yeah.
And it's the same as this. You make up your mind and you fulfill the obligations in the middle and you get your goal.
Yeah.
It's all very selfish. This is not about showing off to people with what you got. This is about being what you really are.
Well, see, and the other thing that I got from that, just thinking about because Anastasia and the group of people that she is, part of, these people live in very, very small, I don't know that you'd even really call them communities in Siberia. Now, Siberia is a tough, tough place to live. I mean, they've got some pretty wicked-ass weather conditions there. And if this is the way they do their gardening stuff, it's obviously working for them. Obviously.
Right.
And you see people that do the farming and pictures of people in Siberia that are out there farming and all this other fun stuff. And the temperatures that they're out there working in is like what it is here today. And it's like in the mid-40s, I think, probably by now. And they're out there in frickin' shorts and short-sleeved shirts and barefoot, and they're just working in the garden or whatever. And I'm thinking, Yum, y'all are tough. But if the food that you grow, you make it so personal that the food knows you as well as, actually probably better than you know you.
Yeah, yeah,
Then
yeah.
it's
You can't
no
even
wonder.
explain
Yeah,
this
they
stuff.
know us on, our food. If you were to do that process, your food would know you on a molecular level. Rascal, I don't want you walking on the keyboard. So she's
Wow.
pissed because Doozer's on my lap, and so she thinks that she needs to walk on my keyboard.
See, Grimner says I need to know how the TV works. Well, that's Grimner.
Mm-hmm.
I've got other talents that have nothing to do with the fucking internet. You couldn't do what I do. The internet doesn't help what I do. So this is kind of I don't know. It's strange to me to do the internet. It's unnatural. But it's very fucking addictive because there's so much shit to do on it.
But that's another one that later in the book,
Yeah.
this gentleman that was speaking with Anastasia, he spent 3 days with her basically, in the little clearing that she lived, and he had asked her a question, and she said, "Well, just a minute, let me get in touch with," and she says it. And it makes sense. We talk about frequencies and all that other fun stuff. She said, she needed to get in touch with not the atmosphere. I don't remember the exact word that he used, but she just laid down in the grass with her arms outstretched, palms up, and closed her eyes and just kind of laid there for about 10 minutes. And then she sat up and gave him the answer. This woman doesn't read, but she gave him an answer to a question that, and she told him, she went to, not necessarily astral projected, but it's like distance viewing, kind of like that. And she says all of us can do it. You just need to understand what it takes to be able to do that, and then just allow yourself to do that. And I thought, wow, that's kind of cool.
But our time in history is all about the successes of the future. They preach this shit on the media all the time. All the successes around you is a bunch of bullshit. Just because you have instant coffee and electric vibrators that run on, solar power and shit doesn't mean you're doing anything right.
Electric vibrators that run on solar power. Wow, that's cool.
Well, if you can think it, some guy out there can make it. That's I'll give you an example, right? I told you this before the show, I think, but they weren't listening to us yet.
No.
So I'm gonna retell something I already told you, so you could probably just read the chat and not even notice.
Well,
but
okay.
My Muslim buddy down at the train station that has he's got the kiosk at the train.
Uh-huh.
And me and him have known each other because of the store since I moved here.
Uh-huh.
And over the time, we just have this knowledge of the world, the real world around us and how things really work. And we both look at other people and say to each other, why don't they get it? What is so hard? My family thinks I'm crazy. And this is what he tells me.
Uh-huh.
And I tell him, I don't know. I go through the same thing. Cirque's about the only person that I've ever met that didn't instantly disagree with everything I thought was true.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't agree on the thing about her opinion about something. That's how we met, but the arguing about important stuff doesn't happen. Because we basically see the world from the same vantage point.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's rare. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But remember when earlier I said something about I was going to tell you about a fuck you thing?
Yeah. That's
okay.
the one. Go ahead.
Yeah. Over here on Fakey Book, and I think my former brother-in-law is the one that shared it initially. But it says, sometimes the most soul-cleansing spiritual thing you can do is tell someone to fuck off. And I thought, oh my God, that is so me. But usually when I do that, I tell them, but I mean it in a loving way, because I really do. I mean it in a loving way. If you wish to continue breathing, if you wish to continue doing whatever you're doing, you better fuck off and leave me the hell alone, or you're not going to be able to do what you're doing.
Oh. So you're like a feminist on steroids.
No, I'm not.
No?
I'm not what you call a feminist.
Oh, crap. So you're a real woman then, huh? Holy fuck. We're all screwed now.
Yeah, I'm one of those that I tell you what I think. And
we didn't kill them all off in the 80s with the inoculations and the good water?
Nope. Okay.
Knock the breeding out of you.
Yeah, no, you didn't. And then here's the other one that I need to tell you real quick.
Oh,
because this was the first thing that popped up when I opened up Facebook this morning. This is the first thing that popped up. One morning she woke up different. Yeah, I know, popped up. See, my mind went there. So one morning she woke up different, done with trying to figure out who was with her or against her or walking down the middle because they didn't have the guts to pick a side. She was done with anything that didn't bring her peace. She realized that opinions were a dime a dozen, and validation was for parking, and loyalty wasn't a word but a lifestyle. It was this day that her life changed, and not because of a man or a job, but because she realized that life is way too short to leave the key to your happiness in someone else's pocket. There's a lot of people that don't realize that when they expect someone else to make them happy, they are leaving the key to their own happiness in someone else's pocket. And God knows that that someone else just might lose that key. So, when I saw that first thing this morning, it was like, oh my God, this is my day. And it just happens to be April Fool's. So, booyah, bonus round. I can be goofy and silly and be me. And if you don't like it, tough patooties.
Wow. You even go that far with that thought. I don't even get to that if you don't like it part. I don't even care that much anymore.
Well, sometimes you have to actually verbally get it out there or express it, to the world so that the whole universe hears, I don't give a shit.
I know how to use words to cut people to shit, but I also, in person, have got a good grip on silence as a weapon.
Oh, yeah.
Silence and looks can really make people uncomfortable.
Yeah, but with radio, looks don't work so good.
Well, in person, it's hard to not have the misfortune of looking at some of these wackadoodles because they're in your fucking face, Charlie. It's not your idea. You're just walking through the place and boom, there they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. They call it life,
Yeah.
I'm not the only one on this planet. What the fuck?
I know. Go figure.
Yeah. All these selfish fucks out there, they think it's all theirs. And hey, I got news for you. There's a lot of us.
Yeah, they're stuck in 3-year-old. Mine.
We're everywhere. Everywhere, I tell you. Us, not them. Whoa. These fuckers even believe that they're going to live on Mars, and they can't master this fucking rock without fucking it up. So they're going to talk about the next rock they're going to fuck up. And they got a following on top of it.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's called education, my dear.
Yeah.
Because if you pay enough money to be allowed to take the paper test to join the exclusive club, well, there you go. And all of the good things in life will come your way. And I think it's a bunch of horse shit myself, but that's the rumor that I grew up with.
Yeah. Oh, and
good education is a very important part of your adult life.
Yeah.
Without one, you will eat out of garbage cans and panhandle off of strangers. I found that to be a load of shit myself, but hey, what do I know?
I got a good education, and most of it wasn't anything to do with some kind of institution, although there are people that think I need to be institutionalized from time to time, but hey.
Fuck people think.
Yeah, I know.
Unless I
Well,
agree
that's
with it.
their thoughts.
If I agree with it, I'm very likely not to say fuck you. If I agree with what you say, I'm likely to say something cool like, "Yeah, I knew that." What?
And you know
What
what?
you just
Wanda Dork just shared over here, the daily propaganda and stuff. And it's
uh,
called television programming for a reason. And school, they don't use that word programming, they call it teaching.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
it's the same thing. It's programming. It's
Yeah, well, I don't know. Oh well, I have my opinions.
well,
That's what I've narrowed it down to because who gives a flying fuck about what I think about a certain topic, really? It's unless
besides
you agree
you.
with it. Yeah, unless you agree with it, it's fuck you. Okay. But we toy with some real, intricate ideas on the dork table, things that most people don't think of. Like, if you would stop fucking lying and living in a deceitful world and quit murdering people and grow some fucking hemp, solves all your problems right there.
Yep. I know somebody
Because,
that's a hemp farmer in Colorado too. Woohoo.
yeah, but I'm just saying that if we were just honest about everything that we do with each other as people, and there was no deceit involved in the first place, we wouldn't live like this, which I've been saying since I can remember. But I look at the results, and everywhere I live, whatever country it's in, the results are similar. How the fuck can that possibly be?
Because what is Tears for Fears? People all are people, so how can it be?
No, I'm talking about the love of authority. I'm talking about specific things like the recognition of a fucking royal family or a president or something stupid like that. Politics.
See, and
Uh,
that's where a lot of us we think that that's just the way it is worldwide, but it's not. There's a lot of especially little groups of people like living in the Amazon or what have you that they don't really have that kind of
I haven't been to the
hierarchy.
Amazon, but I was talking as small of places as Kirkwall in
Yeah,
Scotland
yeah.
and as big of places as New York City or Miami or LA, because I've lived in all of them at some point. But yet, no matter where you go, the rules and the authority are all the fucking same.
Yeah, but that's the Western culture kind of thing, and that was one of the things that was also. See, I'm going to keep referring back to Anastasia. One of the things that that changed Russia over a
Mhm.
thousand years ago from or the Russian people, or at least in that Siberian neck of the woods, was when the princes came from other countries and they brought their you must tithe to me, I will tax
Uh,
you because I am who I am. Oh, Depeche
uh,
Mode, thank you ever so much, Sock Puppet.
woo.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Gesundheit. Yeah,
thank you.
you're
But
welcome.
um people don't, and the princes actually came along with Christianity. Now,
Yeah.
not to just bash Christianity, because as far as I'm concerned, every frickin' organized religion out there that tells you have to believe a certain way, you have to dress a certain way, you have to talk a certain way, certain people you can't associate with, that's a bunch of bullshit. Because, there's a big difference between being a spiritual individual and being someone that is a religious individual that believes in a certain recipe on how you should. There you go. There's the book circle line. But and a friend of mine who is going through that transition from meat suit to spirit realm, asked, well, bless his heart, he's kind of having a tough time. But
Uh, oh.
he had asked, what would the world be like if there was no religion? And
Mm.
my first thought was to be a lot less war.
Oh yeah. Well,
Because as
there'd be
far as
no
I'm
war.
concerned, just about every war had something to do with a religious belief. whether, and religious belief, I don't just mean like Christianity or Buddhism or Hinduism or any of that stuff, because some people have a religious fervor about them. They are such zealots, and yeah, I know some atheists that have a religious fervor about being an atheist. And they hate it when I tell them that, but that's just tough shit. You go at it with such it is a religious fervor that
violence.
Yeah. And they wish to ram it down your throat, and it's like, no, I will bite that sumbitch off. Don't go there. So, I really think that a lot of what happened is someone, let's say Yertle the Turtle. If anybody knows Dr. Seuss stories, Yertle the Turtle decided that he was the ruler of all that he surveyed. Okay, that's all well and good, so long as, what you can survey is manageable to you. But what he did was he convinced a few other turtles to get in a circle so that he could climb on their back, and then he could survey even more, so he was ruler of that. And then he convinced more people, and I think that's how it worked. You had someone that was very charismatic, that was also very selfish, and wanted to be able to, was stuck in that 3-year-old mine mode, and just through their charisma convinced all of these people. And then it got to the point where it was no longer charismatic. It was because there were so many following that peer pressure is a real thing. A lot of people, will bend to peer pressure just because they don't want to feel left out. They don't want fingers pointing at them and saying, you're different. You're a rebel. You're a rabble rouser. So they join in the group because it's just so much easier to do that.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But
it's a lot easier.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, it is.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no personal responsibility to it. But, at the end of Yertle the Turtle, Yertle had made so many pile up, and one little guy on the bottom, one little turtle way down on the bottom, got tired of carrying the load, and he burped. And it all come falling down. And you know where Yertle wound up? Right back where he started, only now he's covered with mud. And to me, and wow, I read that when I was like 6, 7 years old. And that really, I thought, wow, this is what happens when you bully people and poke and prod and make them do your bidding. And then when they finally get tired of doing your bidding, you wind up right back down in the muck, only covered with more muck than what you started out with. So, I think the world is getting to that point where there's a little turtle out there somewhere. That, I mean, I've already burped and I've farted a time or two as well, but I don't know if the other turtles that are on my back have fallen down. But, I think if everybody were to be that little turtle and just expel some gas from your body.
Yes. Well, yeah,
I know that was a long way around for that one, wasn't it?
I don't know. I figured out that you can't really expect other people to do anything. You have to do it yourself.
Well, I do my own expelling of gas, and Sock Puppet reminds me of it quite often.
Okay, I'm not sure how that connects, but okay.
Well, yeah, you gotta, it's like the storyline. Little guy expelled some gas. It shook up the whole works, and it all came tumbling down. And that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, maybe people are eating GMOs or something.
Do you know?
Because the gas is normal. It's the smell that's not.
And actually,
if you're making your own eyes water as a result of a fart, I would suggest don't even bother with medicine. Don't even go that medical route. They'll keep you on drugs forever.
Yes, they will.
Just if you're doing that, stop eating something that's making you do it.
Actually, they do say that the more noxious the fumes, the more bacterial imbalance you have in your intestinal tract.
Well, it just makes sense that, that's the whole point of it. It wouldn't be like, hey, good job.
Yeah.
No, it'd be like, wow, you ever wash?
Yeah. And a friend
Something
of
like,
mine, a friend of
yeah,
mine told me yesterday that he's into the whole health food thing as well.
yeah,
And
selfish.
he's actually trying to get me to be a Wakaya distributor, and it's like, no, honey. I mean, I will purchase the stuff from you, but I
Yeah,
don't want to be a distributor. I
no,
that's not
no,
what I excel at. But
no. I don't.
yeah,
You got enough shit going on in your day.
no doubt. But he
Fuck.
was telling me that
Yeah.
the government, the FDA, the AMA, all the big pharma, they want, and Social Security and Medicare, all of them want us to be on some kind of prescription medication.
Yeah.
And do
Yeah.
you know that they're actually he'd read a study somewhere, and I told him he needed to get the link to me, but he's off visiting grandbabies this weekend. But he said that there is a link that they actually figure on people being, on average, 8 prescriptions, each individual being on 8 prescriptions that they take daily and that they wind up taking for the rest of their lives. Can you
Yeah.
imagine?
No.
I'm
But
on one and I
what I
want to get the
can't
hell off of it.
yeah, well what I can imagine is when I decided I was gonna do that, I got ill about what was that? I don't know, a few years back. It's been since well before I went to Kirkwall. But I got ill, blah 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 blah. And the next thing I know they want to give me this and give me that and for a while. But at some point I started to feel like they were experimenting with me, to see what would happen.
Yeah.
But they were giving me a pill, telling me the result, and the result was the exact opposite of what they told me it was. And they got no liability in any of this. They're
Oh,
just
no.
just okay. So they're playing with my fucking life, experimenting to see what pill's going to do what to me. And
Oh,
I took a nice long break from all that in Kirkwall. When no, I ain't doing any of this shit. And being away from the city life, so to speak, and having all the hustle and bustle for that 2.5 years calmed me down. Plus not taking the pills.
yeah.
What I learned on the internet, because when I got to the island, I had to have something to do with my brain. Got on the internet, and I learned a lot of shit about what was good for me, what was not good for me, and tried to apply what I could retain at the time.
Yeah.
And now, and look, I've gotten to this here point in my life where instead of feeling the stress, physical pain, and all that crap, I'm feeling the relaxed and healing the old bones with natural remedies that I get from a store in town.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't do enough business in that store to be noticed, but the people that work there always remember me, and they're nice.
Well, people that
Yeah.
are trying to be healthy,
Yeah.
they are actual health care people as opposed to doctors and a lot of that other fun shit in Western medicine that are wellness or dis-ease managers. And that's
Yeah.
really what the new phrase is for this. They are dis-ease management.
Oh, you're talking about the medicine. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well,
they're
yeah.
they're not
To know-
in making you better. They're into managing your symptoms. And if they
Yeah.
give you something that gives you a symptom, they'll give you
That's
something else to deal with that symptom.
exactly. And explaining that to somebody that's stuck on education and the government wouldn't allow that to happen is never going to listen to you because they don't want to know that side of the coin. They only want to know the shiny side that shows them what they want to see.
Yeah.
Wow, what a world. And they're supposed to divide and conquer, right? So I'm trying to find a way to just stay out of the picking a side altogether and just existing and not being caught up in my government this and fuck you and your government and your ass.
Yeah.
What are you fucking talking about? Stupid. And it's stupid to me at this point in life because it's so unimportant.
Yeah, it's that
They
that
got,
whole
they
belief
got us
in
taught. Yeah.
authorita.
They've expanded the illusion to such a degree in our mind that we believe everything these fucking lying sacks of shit say. And they're all fucking lying. All of them about everything they say. And the results show that because everything has to be approved and tested. And if it's still fucking us all up, who's doing the approving and testing?
Yeah. And I
Well,
would like to know, why all of I don't know. It makes me nuts sometimes how some of these
Mhm.
they actually refuse to even look at alternative information or what they deem alternative information. And that's the sad thing, is that a lot of those people
Yeah.
that are out there dispensing all of that, what I consider poison, all those people that are out there doing that, oh, but it's good for you and it does this and it does that. And I actually had a little gal trying to tell me, oh, but you really should go on a statin drug because, and I went, no, I did my research. I'm not a total idiot. I am not going to go on that, because anytime a prescription medication says one of the, side effects of it is possible death, it's like, oh, well, thanks, but no thanks. I'm not interested.
You have to think about after that death part. I'm done. No, thank you. I don't think I'd bother to even get involved in anything like that again.
Well, yeah, and the only reason I'm on one prescription is I'm trying to get my thyroid healthy enough to where I can quit and the thyroid that I do take is the natural one. It's not the levothyroxine, which is a synthetic, because your body doesn't process synthetics. It's not designed to process
right.
synthetics.
But if you don't know that, and then people like me, I even know that, but my bad habits are so deeply embedded in me that sometimes I don't give a fuck at the moment.
Yeah.
But see, the training is so good. Well, it's only a candy bar, blah, 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 blah. No, it's not only a fucking candy bar, but my addictions are my addictions.
Yeah.
Right? So
And
the
this
best
is,
that I
yeah.
can do right now is to try to minimize the amount of the excess shit that I don't need, and at least know that it is. Knowing it is kind of gives you a bad feeling about doing it. Or me a bad, not you, but
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, I shy away from, I'm starting to build up a defense, so to speak, but I'm starting to be aware that it's not good for you, so fuck it. Do something else instead of that. Replace that with something different.
Yeah.
There you go. But it's a slow thing, because I've been eating candy since I can remember telling the first person I ever knew to fuck off. Maybe before that.
Yeah, but
Never
this
mind.
is supposed to be a human experience. We are supposed to be experiencing life in the physicality. That's why we volunteered for this gig, and I really believe we did volunteer for this gig.
Yeah, that's why they chain us to the land for 30 years at a time
But
and call you free so that you won't experience life.
do they
Because
really
you
chain
have
us to the land, or do
responsibilities.
we allow them to chain us to the land?
Crying out. Fuck, Mary. Me and you know that. You shouldn't question me about that. You know better. What I mean is, not to the them that are, I was just talking to you about it.
Yeah.
You know what I think, and questioning it's just going to piss Hands off, and he's going to go shovel snow. Let's keep him around. I need some jokes today.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't see him in the chat, so.
How? He bailed on me? Oh, well. Anyway.
Yes, Sock Puppet, it is more like a belief in someone else to solve your problems. And the problem with that belief is someone else really doesn't know, number one, how you developed that problem, let alone the proper way to solve it in your circumstance. That's why I put a lot of shit out there, but I don't expect everybody to follow my advice, because I put out there what I do, what works for me. And then when I put something out there that no longer works for me, I tell everybody about that too, because it's like, well, I tried that and it didn't work for shit, so I'm not going to go there again.
Yeah. Wow, it's called living. I mean,
Yeah.
and besides that, right? Life is just chock full of other people telling you what you should do. That's just the way life is.
Yeah.
I
And
don't remember a time in life where there wasn't somebody else telling me how to do something better than I'm already doing it. Judge it based on what, I would ask. Well, me. Well, then you do it.
see, and
You know,
that's, yeah, that's that whole thing of believing that someone has the authority to tell you how to
yeah,
do things,
what to
even
do
though
or when
it's,
to do.
yeah, even though it's not beneficial for you, you still believe that they have the authority and that you must follow their direction. And it's like, no, no, no.
Okay, and I lived in that particular side of that equation in no land, right?
Yeah.
So even to this day, poor Circle. If Cirque asked me to do something, I still look over my glasses with that Jewish. What? Who the fuck? What? Do something? What? Do you forget who I am?
Yeah.
Because I still hear it in authority. I don't hear it in, would you get something? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I
Would you
hear,
please?
yeah. It doesn't even, no, the words don't fucking make any difference to
Yeah.
me. It's still the idea that you wait, you want me to do something. Well, yeah, but I signed on to the Cirque thing because I was willing to do this shit.
Yeah.
But I still haven't let go of my ego yet and gotten to, oh yeah, it's Cirque.
Well, the ego, I think, is part and parcel with the human package.
Right, but it's a choice that I think I can make to levels that I've never done before because I didn't think about them. If you don't think about something, how can you ever fucking do it or make a decision to do it? Whatever. Some things in life don't have to be physically done. You just make up your mind, and that's the end of the fucking quest. That's done. What
Yeah.
more is there to do with it? But what they do is society has tricked people into thinking that a 12-year structured education is what's good for you when it fucking devastates your whole fucking life. It's the most disgraceful fucking thing there is. Waste all those good years, the first years of your life, wasted regurgitating shit that's not even true.
Yeah.
Wow. And stopping you from learning how to do something that you want to do or that you're interested in doing. So they nip all that shit in the bud and take all your choices away and force you to do shit.
Yeah.
That's truly how I see the results of life. And then people will say, well, that's not how they were intended. And I say to that person, wake up, you sorry, naive fucking loser. You're fucking not getting it. You're the reason we're like this because you tolerate the authority. And I understand we all have to tolerate it to some level, but I think that our conditioning as a collective has been manipulated so that we give this fucking thing way more power than it deserves.
Yeah.
Instead of, oh yeah, the president, blah blah blah. No, it's, oh, the president, wonderful, drooling over his fucking beautiful wife. I mean, it's stupid, fucking mundane, asinine ways to spend your time, but people do this.
Mm-hmm.
I saw people arguing about the president's wife's got a clothesline or some shit selling. Now, these people got more money than they can ever spend in 100 lifetimes, and all they care about is more money.
Yeah, but she had that clothing line prior to marrying him.
So what?
From what
Who
I've
gives
read.
a fuck? She's a
But-
billionaire. What do you think? She's
but
got to sleep in a fucking
She
apartment?
wasn't. She
downtown?
wasn't before she married him. I mean, yeah, she was doing well,
go.
but that's because she worked at it. I don't have a problem with
Saw
people. I do.
pictures of her working at it, sweetheart. She was never. That little girl never suffered a day in her life. You just don't
Oh.
have her mentality, dear.
Okay,
come
no,
on.
she may
You
not have
make
ever suffered a day in her life
fucking-
because of her upbringing,
Right.
but she did not grow up in wealth. She did not. I've read
Yeah,
the
but she
biography.
didn't need money. Oy vey. Okay.
No, I've read her biography, or not really
her
a biography.
biography.
Not really.
She was
It's not a biography.
Look, people don't do naked fucking film work unless they're on a certain level of selfishness. That kind of selfishness doesn't just, you don't just wake up with it one day. You have it from the start. That woman never suffered a fucking day in her life. Believe what you want. I know what I'm looking at. And I think that people being so concerned about money in the first fucking place is what I was trying to make the point of, not her upbringing or her bad life. Fuck all that shit. This is what just engulfs our attention as a collective. That's what I'm trying to address. The problem of the greed bone being rubbed and give me mine and look at her and, oh, I'm so wonderful because I have a yacht. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. See, and what I see is I see a lot of hypocritical bullshit out there because, you know, people were bashing, and this is going way back, like 8-9 years, bashing Sarah Palin because she had $600 glasses. Have you fucking bought glasses lately? Seriously, if I got everything in my glasses that, you know, all the top of the line shit, $600 is a drop in the bucket. Kiss my ass.
Hey, look, see?
But the
four-eyed persuasion.
Yeah, but at the same time, they didn't have a goddamn problem with Michelle Obama showing up to a fucking homeless shelter in $625 tennis shoes.
I know. I remember that.
It's like, are you shitting me, people? You know, so they've got to find something absolutely asinine to nitpick on. They do. Why? And do you know why they do that shit? Because they don't have anything of substance to attack them with. So they nitpick on other shit. That's what it is. Anytime someone makes personal digs like that at you, you know, saying that you're a bad person because you do this or you're a bad, you know, even though what you're doing is just, you know, it's something that you enjoy doing and you're not causing any harm to anyone else. But this person over here decided that they don't like you and you're in the public eye and they want to browbeat you to who laid a chunk and they can't do it because they can't find anything sufficiently vile to nail you with. So they go, do you know what she does? She goes out and picks flowers and she makes natural flower headbands. Isn't that just disgusting, picking those flowers, those poor little flowers? And then next thing you know, you got all these idiots following along behind them going, she's a flower picker. She's a flower picker. Oh my God. Death to the flower pickers. That's how stupid this stuff is. At least in my opinion. That's how that kind of stuff is just absolutely dumb beyond belief.
Yeah, it's gotten that way. And it's because of all the intelligence that we're surrounded by.
Yeah.
Because people are convinced now if you can operate a computer that you're somehow intelligent. And I think, that's interesting. I think you could train a chimpanzee to operate a computer if you were patient enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and so how far that you go on the internet doesn't really prove a whole lot to me anymore because there's so much of what I call it, I just think the whole thing's all bullshit. All of it. Every fucking word of it. That way, I can never be disappointed.
Well, and, you know, where I see that as very valid is that a lot of people with all of their institutional upbringing and all that other fun stuff, they really do not know any different or any better. And therefore, when they start espousing all of this stuff, whether they believe it to be true or not, if what they're espousing is based on a lie, then it doesn't make a damn bit of difference how truthful they think it is. If the core of it is a lie, then it's still a lie. No, and I know there's a lot of people out there that believe, really, honestly, and truly believe in what they say, but they don't realize that what they're saying is based on a lie, a pretty little lie that somebody started over here. Yeah. And they picked it up and went, but it's the truth.
No, a part of it is always going to be the truth, just not all of it. Yeah. And that's the key to the what I call the illusion, because this shit is not real. It's it's wasteful and it's second rate. And as a collective, we could do better, but we have terrible fucking management because we believe that these people are elected to do. No, these people are bought and paid for by corporations to kill us. And we're watching it fucking happen, and everybody that speaks up about that side of it gets called a wackadoodle.
And I'm going to have to make myself a
Conspiracy
T-shirt that
theorist.
says "wackadoodle" and proud of it.
Well, no, well, I don't know. I already know that about you, though. Wearing the T-shirt it's not gonna change that. I already know.
No, but it will be my sign. Here's my sign.
Well, okay, but see, being at the dork table willingly without vision of a parental unit or legal guardian, it proves to me that, you guys are a little weird, but maybe you're right once in a while.
Yep.
And that's good enough. I don't need to be agreed with about every fucking opinion I have. Some of them are truly opinions. The things that have been, learned as a process, some kind, physical or mental, those are personal things. How you're just looking at your judgment of somebody else's opinion. So, whatever.
Yeah.
We can agree, oh, yeah, you turn the faucet off if you turn it to the right. Or you turn it on, turning it to the right. Left, it tightens it.
Yeah, righty-tighty, lefty. Huh? Yeah, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Is that how that goes?
Yeah. Well, okay, but it's an easy standard of communal building. Well, what if you did it one way and the other people did it another way and you had to turn it to the left? Every time you'd fuck up your head, every time you went to work. So you'd have to adjust.
Yeah.
And that's what we're not taught is we have this ability to adjust to any fucking thing, anything. And they're experimenting physically on us through food and water and energy to see what the limits are and how far they can push us.
Oh, yeah.
They can't exterminate all of us. There's too many fucking people. But they can have a lot of fun experimenting with life in ways that we could stop, but it's so big it's gotten out of control.
And that's why you just deal with what is right in front of you and tend to that. And, that's where I say that they are in that 3-year-old mindset because it's not just the whole mine. It's,
Yes, it is.
But 3-year-olds just, they
Not all
will
of them.
push. A lot of 3-year-olds will push the limit. And that's where that fun that's why they're terrible twos and the.
No, that's just because not willing to take the fucking time it takes to be patiently teaching a fucking child how to do shit. I had a daughter that I was home with for 3.5 years, and I'm telling you, she was not like that.
But see,
she was
children,
not a screamer or crier or anything.
Oh, well.
She was a nice, friendly kid.
Okay, my oldest was not a screamer or a crier. My youngest was a challenge. But
takes the time. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're two completely different people. But
like
kids will push buttons. Kids will push authority.
I'm not a kid, and I'll push your buttons.
I know, but that's how you see. When you can see a child developing, getting their personality and all that fun stuff is when they start doing that whole pushing against the authority figures, against the mom or the dad. And in my house, it was almost always pushing against me because I was the one that was, no, you may not. We're going to have supper or what have you, but no, you may not do that at this time. And they learned that they could do that with me, and then they could go to their dad and ask him the same thing, and he never said, "What did your mom say?" He always said, "Oh, sure." That was the role he played. Whereas my role was, okay, now I got to be mad at the kid and you. So
my parents had an interesting answer to that equation, the feeding the kids equation.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was a bicycle and directions to get to the swimming pool 3 times a week.
Oh. See, and we walked to the swimming pool every day, so when we were kids.
No, it was too far to walk. was too little to walk it, but I could ride it on a bike. But walking it would have took forever. No.
See, and we used to ride well, we didn't have enough bikes for all of us kids anyway. We had a large family. But yeah, we walked it almost all the time, and we were. Oh God, I couldn't tell you how far it is. It seemed like it was quite a ways away, but it was the group of us that walked together.
But what I'm getting at is their answer to making sure we got finished with our meals was to make us do shit all day, so we'd be hungry when it was time to eat.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Yeah. So we were always so active that there was food, we're eating it, no problem. Not this, it's time to eat. No, it was like, hey, I wonder what she made tonight.
Yeah, well, and we definitely grew up in a household of if you did not eat what Mom put on the table, you went hungry.
Yeah, choice, yeah. It wasn't like a vindictive thing. They go, well, if you don't want it, your brother will eat it. Fuck it.
Oh,
don't eat it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the way, it was fine with me. I've never been a big eater anyway. So, being so little, I can sustain myself on hardly anything if I needed to. As far as volume goes. Yeah. Lucky all those years of people calling me names because I was little, they never understood at the time why it didn't bother me, because I thought, wow, I got it made down here. You guys don't know what you're missing.
Yeah.
I remember being at boob level for when I was like 11. That was the life. Boy, I tell you, if I was 3 inches shorter than I am now, I'd be in paradise. But, God, in his infinite wisdom, decided to make it just a little bit out of my reach.
Ah.
Yeah. Now, there was that day when you could just look straight ahead of you, and there they were, boobs forever. And then you get a little older, and you go, hey, what? Oh, they're down there. Got it.
Kilimanjaro, I'm in heaven.
Yeah, boobs are like if I was a sailor, boobs would be my compass.
Ah.
Yep. Boobs are they're the center part of the known world. Without boobs, we wouldn't even be here.
Well, there you go. That's true.
We'd have nothing at all to live for if it wasn't for boobs. Just saying.
I know, and you're a guy, and guys have this fascination with boobs. And
no, women have a fascination with boobs too. They just lie about it. That's what I've decided.
Well,
just lying. Nah. You know what? Actually, the female body is got an attractive appeal to both genders. It was designed perfect. The shape of the female. So there's no way you can look at that and not go, whoa, no matter if you're a male or a female. And I've learned that because all my life I've watched other women always judge themselves compared to other women. Well, that's kind of dumb in a way.
It is kind of dumb, and I did it for quite a few years there, and then I finally just got to the point where it's like, I just really don't care anymore.
Well, it goes beyond. See, it goes back to that training and education I'm always bitching about, because it makes us aware of these things that if we were not told, we would never think of them that way. The idea is given to you freely, and then you have to pay for it for the rest of your days. Like appearances, because appearances, they change. They change, they age, they decay, whatever the fuck you want to call it. What's pretty on Monday ain't going to be pretty on Friday, given enough sunshine.
Well, yeah.
That grapefruit's going to go, and it's going to, wait a minute, where was my beautiful grapefruit?
Wow,
the sun had a fight with it, and it lost.
I really did not need that mental image. Thank you.
Oh, well, I was just saying, you could take something that's really attractive, and eventually it's not going to look whatever appealed to you that day. It's not forever. It's that day. So what you have to do, what I found doing in life is adjusting my appreciation for aesthetics. and
Ah.
quit being egotistical about how things look and pay more attention to how things are. And it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Hmm.
I've had a lot of fun experimenting with that idea in life and doing things with people that normally I wouldn't have done with them because of their appearance. Their appearance would say, "No, no, no, I don't want to be around you." But somehow I got beyond all that,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. And yeah, I've had friends and from all over the place, and some people I've never even been able to communicate with. But I would see them on a regular basis, and their language was different than English or whatever. I didn't speak theirs; they didn't speak English, but we always got along. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, I'm glad I learned how to do that when I was young because finding out it was possible when I'm this old, I think would have been tough.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends on
Learning,
how much propaganda
yeah,
and programming you have under your belt as to and
nonverbal communication. Now here I am on the radio speaking a bunch of shit about nonverbal communication, but outside of this, you know, um, when you're in contact with other people, there's so much going on that you're not even conscious about. It's unbelievable. And you can look at it, you don't have to read a book to fucking figure this shit out. Just have an encounter with somebody in a fucking grocery store buying a pack of cigarettes and then think about that an hour later, what went on during that little encounter. And there's a lot more than you think.
yeah. Or maybe
Yeah.
you're just thinking that there's a lot more than whatever, but
Well, it
what's this?
doesn't matter. Well, here we
No,
go with that
no,
again.
no, no,
Because
no. I'm not.
what
I'm
you
not.
think
But
is
you know,
real.
sometimes we do overthink things. That was pretty
We?
much what I'm. Well, I do.
What
I know I
happened?
do.
How?
I don't know. There's times when I'll see something and I'll think,
Mm.
and I think it's when I internalize it, when I really shouldn't internalize it. But then again, when I get all metaphysical, now see, this is my circular logic going on, which is overthinking. Um, I will internalize something, and then I'll think, why in the hell are you internalizing it? And then I'll think, well, maybe I'm internalizing it because it doesn't show up in my frequency unless it's something I need to deal with. But what if it's not something I need to do? And see, that's the overthinking thing going on there. And my mind does do that. It will, because this damn thing rarely shuts off. Rarely.
No, I know I shouldn't make you spin, but I do enjoy it.
See how you're, yeah, because you like to see that tilt flash across my forehead. I know how you are. And
I was telling Sir
I'm sitting
before
here
the show.
giggling. Oh, yeah? What's that?
Yeah, well, I've got this horrible gift.
Mm-hmm.
I can take people and push them to. Maybe it was you. I thought it was Cirque, but I enjoy that wicked side of me where I can take people's personality and push them to the edge of the table and just stop before they fall off.
And then wait
And
anxiously to see if they do fall off anyway, which
wait
I
for them to
do.
come. I just wait for them to come back and start all over again. And the only personality I've found that won't play with me on my rules is, you know,
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Him who shall go nameless. But I don't know. Maybe I've done a good thing and given the chatters in the RL and M a break from his constant interruptions about shit that doesn't matter.
Could be. And speaking of interruptions about shit that doesn't matter, or Grimmy would
Yes,
probably beg to differ. Grimmy said that staring at boobs makes you live longer.
I know. I read that. Of course it does. That's what I was saying. Boobs are the center of the universe.
Ah.
Without them, we would be nothing.
Hmm.
See, okay, but Mary, as a man,
Okay.
I'm pretty independent, stand-up kind of guy
Uh-huh.
for who I am, and then I go and get teamed up with this crazy freaking Danish woman.
Uh-huh.
So I gave up my freedom to be in the, what do you call it? I guess a belonging kind of situation.
And you
And
did it because she has boobs, right?
well, I gotta admit, honey, I've never met a woman woman in my life, and I don't know, she's going to hear this, but I never met a woman in my life that didn't appreciate attention to the great mounds. Just the way they are. Women attend the boobs. Yeah. And the only time you get a negative reaction to that is if you're, shopping in the grocery store. Or, the red light changed, 10 seconds ago. But,
Well, I really don't care for someone, doing the whole adjusting the volume thing.
Well, what I'm saying, I'm making a point. I don't have a problem as a guy giving women the equal recognition that they so truly deserve. It's just the boobs get in the way, and I forget all that other shit and just end up staring at boobs. I got great intentions, but man, those things are way okay. They don't fun bags for nothing. Anyway, okay. So
do you remember me telling you about, or maybe that was on the rocket chair, telling about a Halloween costume I had one year?
Well, we've done I don't know. That's not enough fun.
Where I dressed up as a woman from Venus. And
yeah, but you didn't have a penis. You had like an extra set of boobs.
No, what I did was, those white masks, you wear them when you're either staining or painting or whatever. Yeah. I took a pair of those and I painted eyes on them, and then I tied them together and made a bra out of them, and I wore this black turtleneck and black tights, and then I had a black pantyhose thing over my head, so that basically the only features that I had was the two fake eyeballs on my boobs. And I kept having people asking me, so what are you? And I would just tell them I'm a woman from Venus. And so what's the deal with the eyes? And I said, well, we got so tired of men not looking us in the eyes that the eyes just finally migrated down to the boobs. So
you know what? I'll bet you women would start committing suicide by the fucking dozen if men truly stopped paying attention to their boobs. As a man, I say, strike the boob. Do not look. Now, are you out of your fucking mind? We can't do it. But, well, it keeps us in a state of submission that's, tolerable for society. So, long live the boob.
All righty.
Well, otherwise, see, according to the educators, if we weren't subdued in our social life in the city, we would all be at war with each other.
Well, yeah, according to them.
What a bunch of shit. I mean, good God, people are just convinced of the most ridiculous, stupid shit. I don't even know what else to call it. You got any ideas? Stupid shit, Mary.
Every time I hear something like that, I think, okay, I step outside of my house, and granted, it's a small community, 50, 60 people live here, but I step out of my house and I converse with neighbors. They converse with me. They do some things that I really don't care about. I'm sure I do some things that they really don't care about, but we address those in I hate to use the word civilized because that is just so fucked up. But,
no,
we don't.
Fucked it up.
Yeah, but, we don't need to have the popo here 24/7 to keep us from being at other people's throats. We just get along.
It's a choice that you fucking make. How difficult is this?
It's not.
So but the educated, the religious, and the political will force you to pick a side, so you have to be in a fight with somebody.
Yeah, even if their side is just arguing about someone being a flower picker that makes headbands. Yeah, that's about as intelligent as it is.
No. See, there you go. Drag other things into it. Don't weigh it with tradition. And just look at the whole as a fucking con job. It's a fucking lie.
It is.
Come on. You couldn't control this many people with the truth. The truth would not allow this. These are the results of deception and bald-faced fucking lying to your face.
Yeah, but they're such pretty lies.
Chemotherapy, some people live through it. I recommend that.
Yeah.
You call that? But cannabis? What? No.
Yeah.
Cannabis, bad for you. Okay, so the same fucking idiot that has the gall to tell you about chemotherapy has the gall to tell you that cannabis is a problem for you, knowing better.
And there's that programming stepping in.
No, there's that paycheck coming in. They're lying to you so they can get a paycheck. They fucking know. How could they not know?
But the other ones that are swallowing that bullshit, they love stepping up to that propaganda trough and swilling the Fool-Aid and just kicking back and going, but they're experts. They know what's best. Right. They know what's best for their own fucking pocketbook, period.
Explain the problems with the world with the experts fucking know. No, but Nugget, the experts are the ones that create this crap that you want to live in. I don't want to live in it. I like my world a little softer, thank you. But fuck, I had to leave the place where I was living to make it actually possible. Sad. I found more freedom living in Scotland than I felt in living at home in America.
Yeah. I believe it.
The cops were nice to me. It was like, wait a minute. The guy called me, sir. Who the fuck's he talking to? I even had a cop in the grocery store. It took me a couple minutes, but I talked him into taking a picture with me. You know, I just kept, come on, man. Come on. I'm going to put it on social media. Who the fuck's going to come to Kirkwall to see you? And probably by the time they do, you'll be in some other city anyway. Come on, take a picture with me. And he did.
Wow.
Yeah, I posted on the Dork Table, I think. Oh, no, I think it's my, I should post it on the Dork Table but I get Hannibal Lecter there, my hero.
Ah.
Oh, the greatest love story ever told is Silence of the Lambs. I can't imagine. All right, this is the setting here. I'm a psychotic fucking multi-murderer, and I love this woman enough to not kill her.
Wow.
Wow. What a turnaround, huh?
Yeah, that is.
And it's all based on her good manners and how she interacts with him. Kind of like me and Cirque without the cannibalism.
Excuse me. Wow, a couple sneezes. Woo.
I'm watching. That's a funny face. Could you do that on purpose? No, I'm joking. She out there in RLM land, she made no face. I was just joking.
Hi, Rain. It's so wonderful
Rain's
to see
back.
you,
Is that
sweetheart.
Rain too?
Yep, Rain is over here in the corner pocket.
Oh, I don't have the corner pocket open. Oh well. You know what? I think next week. Oh, you're going to be gone next week. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I am. I'm going to be grandbabying.
We'll cross that bridge when we cross that bridge, by God and country.
Yeah.
So, a special here's to you and here's to me, to all my friends out in RLM land.
Wee woo!
Good times roll right over your feet and stuff.
Rain is tuning in. Yay! I love Rain. And you know what, Rain? I've got Rain outside. See, isn't that just a coinky dink? It's like synchronicity and all that fun stuff.
Christ.
I know.
Synchronicity. Don't start using those $12 words.
I have to. I have an allotment. Thank you, Moosey. Moosey just blessed me. I need all the blessing I can get.
There you go.
Beetle, that's Flasharoonie Dork. That's oh, okay. Moosey said it.
Doing now. What am I doing? I didn't do nothing.
You're talking.
I was just sitting. Oh, that. Yeah, well, that's the price you pay for doing this radio shit with me.
And
tried to warn you.
Sokka's using one of my favoriteest words in the whole wide world, vajayjay.
Wow.
I love saying that word because people look at me like, what the hell are you talking about? The vajayjay, duh.
a
Pooty poo.
right. Yeah, but to think that you have to have child slang to talk about, the internal combustion engine of a female is kind of strange.
Well, you say boobs.
Yeah, but
That's
outside
child
of
slang.
outside of serving milk and eye candy, they don't really do much for anybody.
They're breasticles.
Right, but I'm not, I was not, nor have I been a breastfed child. No. I was
See, and
deprived.
that's why you're so obsessed with them, because you never got that. You were deprived as a child, and so now it's like, I must have boobies.
Never said obsessed. I just said you're the
I
center
did.
of the world. Your version of obsession and center of the world and mine may differ somehow, but hey. Just because, hey, let me clue you something, little lady.
What?
And
What?
it's
What?
just because you have an opinion, all right? And even if that opinion is correct, I don't give a shit. I got my own. There you go. How fucking complicated is life now, people?
It's
Wake
not at
up
all.
and make a goddamn decision, and there it is. Whatever you've decided is your truth. Fuck the other guy. Just like usual.
Guess
That's
what?
how they do it. That's how they do it.
Guess what? Guess what? Guess what?
Winky dink time.
Yeah. Sock shared the Urban Dictionary definition of a quinky dink. It's a silly way to say coincidence, meaning two or more occurrences that happen seemingly by chance. It's a quinky dink.
It do happen by chance. Oh, see, that's a misleading way to explain it too, because yes, two unlikely events that happen simultaneously is a coincidence, but yet it happens. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It's just like conspiracy theorists. It's a way to distract you from what you saw, what you looked at, and point you in a different direction and control what you're seeing or what you think you saw. And we're devious little humanoids. We do these fucking things to each other in complete and total stupidity and darkness. Because there are those out there among you that will tell you money is the root of all evil. Blah, 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 blah. No. Got nothing to do with the concept of it is the problem. All of it. Fuck the physical. The physical is a byproduct of an idea. So, it's not the fucking physical. That's the problem. It's the idea behind doing it. There you go. But what would we have without commerce? Blah, 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 blah. There's your greed bone going, I need to rule Spain.
But my roads.
Yeah, build the roads. The freeway systems in Los Angeles, blah, 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 were built for the military people. They weren't built for driving on. That was a byproduct.
Oh, I know. That's the same with I-70 going out here.
They saw a way to milk you like a cow and have you pay into them from every fucking angle there was. And it starts with your driver's license.
Well, you know what? I don't want to go there. So I'm going to go to the other Urban Dictionary. Well, Sock shared over in the corner pocket the other Urban Dictionary. Vajayjay. It is slang for vagina. The origin is unknown, but it was used on Grey's Anatomy. O'Malley, stop looking at my vajayjay, which, if anybody was trying to look at my vajayjay, you wouldn't be able to see it because I got a kitty cat on my lap. So there. Like everybody really wanted to know that, but I said it anyway.
It does depend on somebody being in a horizontal position or you're not going to see anything. So, what?
Huh? Sometimes you can be vertical. Sometimes you can be side-goggled.
See, unless you're 2 feet tall, you're not going to see anything.
Oh, but what if that person is Gumby?
No. Do all that standing up with one leg touching the ceiling shit? Nobody can do that.
I actually saw a video of someone that did that, and she propped her. She was wearing these big old platform shoes, and she had one foot on the floor and kicked her other leg up and had it flat on the ceiling or on a wood beam that was on the ceiling. And then she locked her knee or something and couldn't get herself unsplit.
Wow.
I mean, you could hear the person that was filming it laughing their ass off.
Oh, wow. The things that people find amusing are so wrong.
Oh, I thought it was amusing as hell, but I'm sick and wrong.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you here. You twisted femme fatale, you. The evil of the world all lies between the legs of the femme fatale.
Femme fatale.
I read it in a book. I know it's true. I did my research. Yep. And it
Femme
all
fatale.
is- What?
And I love mispronouncing words. And sometimes I do it on purpose, and most of the time not. But
Denmark and Rick Daniels, that'll do it.
yeah, but
You mispronounce everything you read.
I misspell a lot of things too because I spell phonetically. I have a really hard time with. And I used to be really good at spelling, but then I got to the point where I really just didn't give a shit. Imagine that. But on a post that someone posted over on Facebook, it's been a couple weeks back now, I had commented and I spelled oxymoron with an I and did a little dash in there just because I was being a shit. And man, oh man, let me tell you, the grammar Nazis and spelling Nazis, they come out in full force. And I laughed and laughed and laughed, and finally someone had said something about if you're going to try and express something that's you're trying to put across as educated, please spell it properly. And I was like, darling, honey, there's lots of times I misspell on purpose. There's lots of times I mispronounce on purpose. And you need to stop and realize that it's called spelling for a reason.
I've always found it rather a misfortune to be forced to explain the punchline of the joke to the idiot that took it seriously.
Yeah, I know.
I share your sadness. Anyway, I wrote something fun today.
Okay, what did you write today?
D's and D's and the other 6% of you. Have you been invaded by a government that knows you better than you know yourself? ? If not, sit tight. There is still time to join the illusion and slave for the man. That's a 1960s line I ripped off.
Okay. ...
As the oil runs out, our fearless leaders refuse to admit they lied about everything. The puppets that the system supplies us with still swear hemp is bad and there is no medical cure for anything. ... Be prepared for a global shortage of common sense, smaller spaces to reside in, and an endless supply of rules and regulations to distract you from that pain in your ass you pretend isn't there. All this and the latest news from outer space exploration at Here We Are. I had a lot of fun writing that crap. Yeah, I was trying to be like a comical guy. You know what I mean?
Yes, you were. And you know what? You know what? The one thing that my brain clicked on was outer space exploration. And you know what, Batman? Have you ever stopped to consider that maybe anything outside of your physicality, anything outside of your mind is technically outer space exploration? So when you walk around your house or whatever and you're exploring looking for that thing that you put it down somewhere where you knew you would remember where you put it.
That place. Yeah, I've been there last time.
I explore that outer space a lot.
Yeah, I know. Maybe it's dorkism, it's resting its weary hand on your shoulder.
Yeah, saying, don't you remember you put it right where it belongs? Well, son of a bitch, what the hell's it doing there?
What if we started consuming societies like the Borg and made them dorks instead?
Ooh. Oh, hey, that could be fun.
What if the requirement to be involved in whatever this crap is that political affiliation, education, and social status has no fucking value. What you own doesn't make you special at all. Nothing. Nothing you say, nothing you do, nothing you claim. You're just the same as the next fuck at the next invisible chair at the invisible table. Ooh.
But I'm special because I ride in a short bus.
Well, there you go, because you know how to mock it and make fun of it. That's probably, yeah, the core of our friendship is that you take this shit as seriously as I do at some, at some level of it. We play life games the same, but differently. Ta-da.
Isn't that fun? It's the same thing, only different.
Boy, that was fucking dorky. But yeah, well, the physical expression is not different, or it's different, but the mental expression is the same. We're not the people that use the word tolerance. That word is an insult to me. So we do something different. I don't even know what to call it. And it's not the same with you as it is with me, but we get the same result from the application.
Yeah. Usually that result is people looking at us like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, and
but that's
then
okay.
There's that Grim or Moose Girl or Sock Puppet. I'm only seeing a few names here. But, there's a handful of people, Pancakes, B, that they know. Whatever it is we know, we just know it. And even though there's not much you can do about it in the external world, there's a little comfort in knowing that there's other people that fucking know it. It's so selfish that you actually want other people to know what you know. Knowing that you're set to fucking die in the explanation and go down in flames almost on any topic.
So I know that you know that I know that you know that I know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And the tipping point is 5%, I think. If the population of the planet had 5% of it that knew and understood what we collectively seem to gather, then it would start to shift.
Yeah.
Well, I was raised and even in sales was pitched the 90-10. But since I got to Denmark, my wife, who has a more experience, more application with numbers than I do, told me it was 95-5. And I so I've had 3 years to actually absorb that idea and take a really good long look at it and make a decision. And I think, yeah, she's right. And I would say by the small amount of people that we have, say, for example, on RLM or Freedom's Network, it's still, the population is not desperate enough to seek help yet. They're still sucking on the government tit.
Yeah. There's that boob thing again. Damn it.
Okay, well.
Okay.
See the metaphor? It comes to life. And you did it all by yourself, baby.
Yeah,
I didn't even have to say it. You did.
Yeah. and now for something completely different. Sock Puppet shared over in the corner pocket again, and I like this one as well. And but wait, there's more.
Wait.
It's a person who buys anything Billy Mays tells him or her to. That is what an oxymoron is. That oxymoron bought a trailer load of Mighty Putty and kaboom. But wait, there's more. If you act now for an additional $19.95 shipping and handling, you can get a second. Really, it doesn't cost that much for shipping and handling. But people will go, wow, it only cost me another $19.95 to get it for free.
Sock Puppet is saying, what is it I don't know? And that's what I keep trying to say. How I look at that, how I look at this is, you know everything you want to know. There you go. It's all a matter of interpretation of the information you have. I don't particularly think that the information I got is real popular with people. I think quite the opposite. That what I believe and what I see and how I interpret the information makes most people go, bleh.
Yeah. Oh,
so I've been fortunate to live in a place where I'm not forced to talk about it. And when I have an opportunity, the guy agrees with me because he knows what I know. And we're from two different sides of the freaking planet.
See, and I kind of what? Yes, sock puppet. That is with an I. I every time someone tells me, well, tell me what I don't know, or you just don't know. How in the hell am I supposed to know if I don't know?
It doesn't matter. It's all bullshit any fucking way. What difference does it make? They're delivering the information to us on a frequency that creates waste. So these are the results of that. And anything we do in it is just garbage. Best intentions are never going to get you the results you would get on a better frequency.
Well,
There
the
you go.
best intentions aren't going to get you those results if your best intentions are aimed at curing everybody else. You can't cure everybody else. You can't fix anybody else. It's like Ron White says, you can't fix stupid unless you work on your own stupid.
Well,
and
if
then
I
you
looked
can
at
fix
this
that.
lighter and convinced myself it was a tomato, I'm sure that when I chewed on it, it would still be a fucking lighter. But
Well, there are some constants in this world.
but the mind is so incredibly capable of doing whatever you truly want it to do that if you did want to convince yourself that a lighter was an apple, when you crunch it, you'll probably yeah, there you go.
It's magic. Fuck you.
Oh, right. But I think we're limited. Well, I picked a bad way to explain it, but I think we're limited in ways of understanding our own ability.
Well,
What
and that
we-
yeah, see, you're talking about that, and that reminds I've been watching some weird shit. Of course, I watch weird shit anyway. I watch just about Jay Dredd said something about that, about different things I have on my YouTube. And yeah, I watch a lot of I go very far afield. Well, we'll just leave it at that. But I've been watching videos on hypnotists, and having them hypnotize like 20 people or have 20 people up on the stage and hypnotizing them. And it's funny that you can see the ones that really aren't hypnotized, but they're wanting so badly to be hypnotized that they play along until they get caught by, him. Because, yeah, the hypnotist knows. I mean, they're trained at this shit. They know how to recognize a faker, bellyacher. So, but it is funny, the amazing things that people will do under hypnosis that they don't remember doing and would not have been able to do prior to. It's amazing what the mind can make the body do if you just let it.
But, well, see, then you brought in, a way that people use it. And I was thinking more selfishly than that. I don't give a flying fuck about hypnosis or what other people believe or crying out fucking. I saw a link the other day. I opened up random links on YouTube and I saw this freaking idiot actor, the one that did Rain Man, played the brother, the older brother.
Oh, Dustin Hoffman?
No, the younger brother. Whatever his name is.
Well, Dustin was the older. Tom Cruise was the
the
younger.
other guy. That idiot. And he said something on this videotape that I agreed with him. And apparently he lost his crowd because he said it. And what he said was, psychiatry is a bunch of bullshit.
Which it is.
Well, okay. Whoa. Yeah, but it fucked his public thing up. You know? They use that truth to hurt him with.
Oh, yeah, because you can spin anything.
Oy vey. Therefore, if I'm just going to stick with it's all bullshit. That way I never get disappointed.
Yep. Okay, Sock Puppet wanted to know if you can't fix, which begs the question, why spend so much time talking about what you'll never fix? Well,
because some people are lucky to even know that there's a fucking problem to be fixed. Most people live in oblivion, thinking that we just have the wrong president, or we just have the wrong dissident, or no, it's all a fucking scam. Every goddamn bit of it.
See, and
it's
I'm just
all real.
See, and I just worry about fixing me, and I share my perspective and what I'm doing in my world. I'm kind of like Johnny Appleseed with boobs, and I go around and I just drop little seeds all over the place. And if a tree sprouts up and it bears fruit, then cool. And if it doesn't, Okay,
Wow.
if a tree starts sprouting up and someone comes along with a lawnmower and mows that sumbitch down, well, that happens too. But I'm still going to go and plant those seeds, or I'm going to spread manure. There you go. There's a nice way of putting it too out here as country folk talk.
If I go out in the world and do shit with my boobs, I'm probably going to get arrested. Now I'm in more awe of boobs than ever. Oh, this is a hole I'll never get out of. Well.
That's circle, right?
Worse.
Oh.
Hey.
Ay.
I lost my wife to a video game. I didn't even get coffee today.
Oh, man, and I made my own coffee. Heedy, ha, ha.
Well, Sock, there's different kinds of people, and you don't know exactly what's going to stop somebody from being stupid someday. So, I don't know. It's a valid question, and I understand your side of it, but I want to get beyond all the judgment call and just figure, fuck it, I'm doing this, which is what I'm doing, and trying to show people that it's possible to do it. There you go. And it still gets a lot of flack because of the verbal expression to try to explain what it is I've done. And I think communication causes us a lot more shit than it does good in the long run.
Yeah.
Here I am doing a radio, but there's so few people that really understand what the other guy, whoever that is, I'm not just talking about me, you, Grim, Sock Puppet, Paul Bunyan, whoever. And the other person listening is listening through their own value system that doesn't always coincide with the person speaking.
Yeah, it's their own personal interpretation.
Yeah, and the message is completely lost on vain value systems that were beaten into us as kids. And we're not taught these things, that you can change your fucking mind about anything at any moment for any reason. You don't need to be given permission to think.
That's like, I don't remember who said it. Somebody said, minds like diapers should be changed often.
Well, there you go. No, I like the way I think. I'm fine with
yeah, but you have you may not notice it all along the way, but you know what? I didn't notice it either, but we're just about out of time.
No, in a strange way, I care about the asshole that doesn't fucking give me the time of day, because maybe they just had a fight with their wife, or the cat shit on the floor, or they got fired. You don't know why somebody's in a bad mood.
Yeah, that's true.
I've just learned to avoid it instead of question or help it. Fuck it, leave the negative to the negative. It's already negative. You're not going to do anything. You're going to make it worse. Leave it alone.
Okay, y'all been listening to the rocket chair. Holy shit. Holy shit. The Dork Table with Graham's Dork, because, I just had a dork moment there. Holy crap and holy. And Flasharoonie Dork. And, later on today will be Kira with the bridge, and then tonight is Bo Diddy with some bodacious tunage. Then we've also got tomorrow at noon Eastern Time, Grimner with the Blues. Right after him will be Hal Anthony with Taking You Behind the Woodshed and open up a can of whoop ass on yo ass. Because a lot of people sit on their brains, and that's where you need to open up that can. And let's see. And then tomorrow evening, The Road Less Traveled. So thanks, everybody, for listening. Flasher, I'll let you do